Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? Cub here and welcome to what I assume is going to be the finale of our Sorcery iPlay adventure. And we're back here just outside the land of the Svins, I think it was. And they are hauling us to fight some horrible creature and rescue the princess. You are led along a short pathway through the forest to a crack in the ground. One Svin has brought a rope and another a basket. They are preparing to lower you down into the pit of the earth itself. So I can try to escape, I can demand that you will pay me richly for this, or I can take the adventure. We're noble warriors, we're adventurers, I'll take the adventure. You wait until they are ready, then step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. Watch the darkness, he declares as they start to lower you down. From your shoulder, Jan murmurs, We're in trouble now. He shivers. You don't realize you can't use magic with me around. And I'm not going anywhere! So it wasn't the disease, it was Jan that was blocking the magic this whole time. I actually knew that, like I said, I've played this before, but I wanted the suspense to be real for you. Also, I've made the mistake of drinking coffee prior to this recording, so I'm all saliva-y. But I know you guys enjoyed that, you like the of the saliva. Yeah, I don't. You hit the floor with a thud and peer into the darkness. Your eyes can make out nothing, but a slight breeze suggests endless space in all directions. You are blind, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Svins shouts something down at you. You feel around the ground. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hand closes at the base of something. You pick it up. It is a dry wood torch. Something else falls from above and strikes your head. It's a tinder box, calls the voice. Feel around for the tinder box. Rubbing you the bruise in your head, you reach down and find the tinder box. So we can curse whoever hit you, or we can light the torch. Let's light the torch. You strike a light, and the torch blazes into flame. So we're headed to the below. You can see now you are in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to the right, left, and right. Through an uneven rockfall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. Listen by the rocks. You clamber over the rocks at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is a whimpering coming from the other side of the pile of stones. The Svin girl, perhaps? She came this way, but then the cave-in blocked off her path. You will have to find another way to reach her. Alright, we always go left in a maze. Alright, I don't think it matters. You go left and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining from the sound of approaching threat. No, ears straining for the sound of approaching threat. But all you can hear is Jan's quiet whispering. That's how Jan breathes. The passageway slopes down a short way, then ends in a T-junction. Two stones are stacked on top of one another against the wall here. Examine the stones. There's nothing special about the stones except they happen to be on top of one another. Okay, let's go left. Again, always go left. You take the left passage. The tunnel twists and bends sharply, as if curved by a river now long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way is which, except to keep going forward where the tunnel splits. There is a stacked pair of stones here as well. Go left again. You slip through the opening in the left wall. The going is suddenly more difficult, and you realize the tunnel is climbing at a quite sharp gradient. Little stones rattle and roll away downwards into the dark. At the highest point, the passage you are following finishes at another fork. As you enter, two stones roll away down the slope. Go left again. You go left. The cave walls crush in close, as though the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulders rub against the walls. When you feel certain you can go no further, the path you are creeping through forks again. There are another pair of stones stacked on top of one another. Go left again. Good grief, we should be going in a circle at this point. You take the left passage. You follow the passageway when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torch falls across a frail shape hiding in the shadows of the young Svin girl, stacking stones into hundreds of tiny little towers. Can't believe that worked. I remember last time I did this game, I got lost a lot and ended up finding some weird stuff, but we made it right to the Svin girl. Look for traps. You run the torchlight around the walls of the cavern. No switchers or triggers that you can see. The girl watches you with silent fear, and then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch in the rock. A claw mark. Suddenly there's a loud roaring from the mouth of this short cavern. The walls begin to shake and crumble. The Sven stone towers topple and scatter. To one side, a gap in the rubble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light. It's an angry shaft! But before you can head for it, a roaring sound is joined by a scream from the Sven girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back along the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is the wind rushing through the tunnel. Something is coming. Dun 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 dun. You hear the scratching sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark looming shape, a Manticore. Huge, terrible, it stands between you and the light and howls in bloody rage. Look at that thing. Manticore. So just judging by this picture, it doesn't look like the head of a lion, it looks more like the head of a very angry house cat, with maybe the body of a lion, some wings made of fire, and the tail of a scorpion. That's terrifying, and that will haunt my dreams for a while, so we can't use magic. We're gonna look at the creature. The Manticore is a foul hybrid creature by the evil sorcerers of old, and steeped in bitter self-hatred. It has a lion's body and the tail of a scorpion, but its face is that of an old man. That's even more terrifying! And its thoughts are cruel and resentful. As it sees you, it rears back, flipping two enormous wings on its back. Oh, good gravy. Well, we can't use magic. We're gonna have to fight the creature. Oh, great. Okay, I think that this thing's gonna attack us. I was right. Look at me be right. I think that we're gonna attack it now. I was right. We attacked it. Look at that. We're doing excellent. We're beating it down. Defend. Oh, we should have attacked again. We're definitely not gonna attack now. It's gonna block now, isn't it? We're just gonna attack. What the heck? There we go. Good attack. What do you think? Do you think we should... Oh, we're risky. We're risky. Oh, we took bad risk! We took a very bad risk! Defend! Be smart, be smart, be smart. Defend again. Lunge! All your strength, put it into it! Yes! It's down to 10, but we're down to 12. Defend again. There's no way we can beat an attack like that again. This is a pretty close match, I won't lie. Oh, good hit. Good hit. It looks like no matter what, it does attack, though. Even if it attacks low. I haven't seen it actually defend yet, which could be a clue for us at some point. We're making good hits, though. We're barely staying ahead of it, though, is the problem. Like, it seems to be a pretty back-and-forth sort of situation here. Yeah. I mean, it's gotten to a point where it's very formulaic now. It's not even really a fight. It's more like a... I block, and then I attack. Like that. And then I block again. And then I deliver a killing blow. You can almost smell the creature getting angry and drop quickly into a crouch. The Manticore makes a nasty swipe with its fearsome claws, but you duck. Look at that. Racing across the stone, you rush into the Manticore. Your sword blade seems almost to be possessed. It finds its way past the Manticore's sweeping claws, through the thick hide, and down into the ancient, cruel heart. For a moment, it howls loud enough to make the walls shake, and then everything falls very quiet. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart, and the quiet breathing of the Sven girl. When the Mennonite breaks out into a loud cheer, whooping and punching the air, you bow to him. "Thank you," the Sven girl murmurs, then, tugging at your arm, "This way." She leads you toward the light, through a gap in the rock, to a pool of sunlight in the first cavern. So we could have just stayed in the first cavern and waited for that little crack in the wall to open up. Whatevs. Escape. You wave the torch, hoping to attract attention. Call up. "Are you there? I have her!" A Sven face appears over the lip of the chimney, casting a narrow shadow. A moment later it disappears, then something drops down, a rope with a basket at the end. "Get in! Get it! Get in together," the chief calls from above. "We'll pull you both out." We get in. You step into the basket and help the girl to clamber in with you. "Ready!" The Svens above begin to haul. The rope stretches and grows taut, but the basket doesn't move. The rope starts to make a squealing noise, and the basket lifts a finger width off the floor. We're gonna get out and let the girl go first. You step out of the basket and call up, "Haul away!" The Svins give a great cry and begin to pull again. This time the basket starts to slowly rise, spinning as it goes. The girl waves at you as she disappears into the sunlight. Then she is gone. And so we wait. A minute passes. Nothing. I don't want to rush their, like, happy get-together. "They've left us to die!" Jan whispers, shivering on your shoulder. Another minute, still nothing. No sign of sound or movement from above. The tunnel echoes very slightly, a noise from the depths. Perhaps the Manticore was not alone. Wait a little bit longer? You wait a little longer, settling down onto your pack. You can imagine the celebration going on above, and the tears and grateful reunion. No surprise that they lose track of you down here in the dark. And then, sure enough, the basket and the rope tumble down. You clamber in quickly, and they haul you up. Above ground, the chief himself helps you out into the grass. His daughter is with him, clutching his hand. "My daughter tells you fought bravely," he says. "For that I'm grateful. I invite you with us back to Terraponi. Will you come?" So we have an option to go back or carry on to Carre. Before we go to the city port of traps, I think we need to join in on a little celebration. Hey, it's time for the, what is it, Fiesta. Hey! A little generosity cannot hurt you. You nod. I will come. You enter the village and it erupts into celebration. Look at all the happy Svins. Da 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 da. Ho 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 ho. You're given a place to stay and to recuperate from your long journey. A visit to the healing priest treats your wounds, and when you emerge, it is to find the village, before so somber and silent, now full of life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop, and bands of Svins are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You are whisked away into the dance by Proyas' daughter, before the chief can welcome you to the feast. The night is glorious. That night you sleep heavily and rise the next morning to continue your journey. The chief meets you before you go. "My good friend," he declares, "you have saved us." He presses 2 gifts into your hand. A pouch of 10 gold pieces, a fortune for a place like this, and a key. "This open the south gate, city of Carre," he tells you. "I hope it is use." Why does he have the key to the south of whatever. You perform one last transaction before you go, exchanging your emerald for 12 more gold pieces with the chief. There's a much safer way to carry valuables, and you can stash them around your body, and your boots, and under your belt. Oh, I didn't want to get rid of my emerald. Then it is time to leave. You take your leave. The path winds away through Terraponi, and soon you are on a downward slope, away from the Shamutanti hills, through the stepped rice fields. As you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Though Carre is a busy city, it is cruel, and beyond Carre there is nothing but the vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. Walk on. For a brief moment, up in the hills above the path, you fancy you see a figure stealing its way along by some high and secret route. A figure all in black. But, when you shade your eyes against the sun, whoever was there has disappeared. In the distance rises the walls of the ancient city, the first true stonework you have seen since you left home. From your shoulder, you feel Jan hop away into the air. "I don't mind the Manticore," he hisses, "but this place I'm afraid of. Take care, you'll need it." Then he buzzes away into the sky, and he is gone! Never to make that horrible voice again. You're not exactly sorry to see him go, but you wonder if you will ever see him again. Well, hopefully not. So let's follow the winding path. To Carre. And there's no reason to do that. I could just draw in a straight line. Your journey through the Shamutanti Hills is complete. Along the way, you have gained friendship. You've gained the friendship of Flanker the Assassin, and have been given the key to the gates of Carre. You have collected an impressive number of magical artifacts, a large lump of beeswax, very magical, a cloth skull cap, which we haven't used, a vial of glue, nose plugs, 4 pebbles, 1 giant's tooth, 4 goblin's teeth, and a bamboo pipe. You are armed with a long sword, and your original sword, and have 3 rations and 30 gold pieces, and a spell book. Don't know why I took a screenshot of that. The adventure continues in Sorcery 2. Carre, City Port of Traps. Out now. And of course, we'll be doing that one here in the future. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this series, please comment down below. Let me know. If you want to try it out for yourself, there will be... I was receiving a phone call. Sorry about that. If you want to try the game yourself, check out the link in the description. And it's a lot of fun, and we'll be getting to the sequel here soon. I'm going to take a little break from it, but in a couple of weeks we'll come back, and we will continue. So thank y'all for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.